outside is frightful, but the fire's so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. All right, American Persimmon, here we go, baby. Hello, everyone. This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. And guess what I got in? I got some new stuff in. This is American Persimmon. Now, I have Fuyu Persimmon, Izu Persimmon, but I didn't order American Persimmon because they say they grow wild, but I haven't found any around here. So I ordered some. They weren't very much money. I got, I don't know, 5 of them. And they weren't much. I got them from Amazon. They're bare roots. They came in wrapped in some newspaper. And we're going to go ahead and pot them up. So let's get to it. American Persimmon. Yay! Team Jamerica. Come on, guys. This is one of my mostest favorite things to do. Now, I didn't plant these initially because I heard they were astringent, which means they do not get sweet until they're starting to decay. I don't mind though. American Persimmon. I'm an American. I'm in America, North America. And I hear they grow wild in Louisiana. I'm in Texas. Close enough, right? And I wanted to see what they were all about. I got places to put it. I got a place picked out for it. But first, I need to get these potted up because they can't stay in this newspaper for very much longer. I got them, I think, the day before yesterday. So they haven't been in here very long. And the seller's a good seller. The newspaper is still wet. The only thing I was concerned about is the cold, because tonight is supposed to be one of the coldest nights in Texas. So it was cold today and I didn't do very much. Well, I harvested some mustards. That's about it. So here are my bare roots trees. They look good. Look at those roots. Look at that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these as deeply as I can without, smothering the roots into one of these pots. There's nothing in here right now. And I'm just going to backfill it with some soil. Right now, this soil is not wet. So I'm going to have to wet it. That ain't going to take much. It does not take much to do bare roots trees. I have to look it up. I don't know if it needs a chill. So I'm going to have to look up American Persimmons, but I'll do that prior to ending this video. Because if it does, I'll just put it outside. I'm not putting it outside tonight, though, because tonight's supposed to be in the 20s. And we may get sleet or snow. They don't know. The weatherman, I listened to 3 different weathermen. One of them is really funny. The Texas guy is really funny. And he was like, I don't know. He is so funny. I think it's Texas Roundup or something like that. And he was like, I don't know. It may change. You may not get what we thought you was going to get. Mother Nature is in charge. I say God is in charge, but he say Mother Nature. But that guy, initially, I didn't watch him that much. I was watching the other 2 guys, the big guys. Y'all know who I'm talking about. There's 2 of them. And I was like, who is this Texas guy? Man, he started saying stuff. I started giggling. I like people make me giggle, don't you? I like people make me laugh. The world is sad enough, especially when it comes to bad weather. Shoot, we need something to make us smile because we all are worried here in Texas. I did not go to the supermarket, but I'm pretty sure there ain't no food in there. After the ice clears, I'll go and see, but they usually stock up pretty quick. I have been there when bad weather is coming. The first time it happened to me, because it didn't happen to me in New York. We always had food and we always had snow, so people didn't react the same. But in Texas, shelves are bare. Anything happens. Everybody goes to the supermarket and stocks up. First thing to go is water. Then everything else. They act like it's the apocalypse. They take everything. All the ramen noodles, everything is gone. All the milk, bread, eggs, everything is gone. Here's number 2. Look at this. Wow. Wow. That is remarkable. So happy I got these. I think they'll do very well. But yeah, they take everything, which is why you should have your stuff prior to anything happen. I've been calling around. I am guilty of that also. I've been calling everybody, and I feel like driving all the way to the inner city to get propane. And I wasn't sure they had it anyway. But there's no propane anywhere. You didn't get your propane before this stuff kicked off, well before this stuff kicked off, before everybody got an inkling that it was going to kick off. There ain't no propane nowhere. I drove, I drove south down to where Texas State is in San Marcos to get some propane. And her machine was acting up. And I was like, she was like, something might be wrong with your tank. I said, no, there ain't nothing wrong with my tanks. My tanks are new. And it was her tank. I hope she didn't mess me up, because that thing was clicking on and off. She was struggling there to fill up the tanks. But I wasn't leaving until I got whatever I could. And what interested me was that there's always guys there with these, either they got 1 million propane tanks or they got big ones. I remember one, it was 2 years ago. One time it was freezing. And I use the propane for my buddy heaters. I have buddy heaters in here, right? And I need the propane just in case for my generator. I've never used it for my generator, but just in case I try to keep a couple of 20 pounds around. Man, this one guy, he showed up. His pickup was full of propane tanks from 100 pounds on down. And I had 2 little 20-pound tanks. And I'm sitting there calculating if there's going to be any propane left after he finished, because he was buying it all. And there's no limit on how much propane. I think it was Christmas time. Yeah, it was. I think it was last year, the Christmas storm. And all of us are standing out in the freezing cold in line to buy propane. That's what I told myself. You know what, girl? You buy your propane in the summertime when nobody's thinking about it. The only thing they think about is grilling their food and stuff. Because if we were standing out in line and it was freezing for at least, I don't know, over an hour probably. And I was getting really upset. I was starting to be a Karen. I was like, man, he's buying up all the propane. And I'm standing in this line and there's not going to be any left. My mind was racing. Instead of being like that, I decided that I was going to get my stuff ahead of time. My little 20-pound tanks, I don't have to wait in no line. All I have to do is wait for them to open the gate in the summertime and fill my tanks up. I don't have to be worried about them running out, because nobody's buying it at that time. The only thing they're going to buy it for is their grill. Yeah. But I did have to go and get some because I ran out. Here in Texas, I gotten 3 of them done so far. Here we go. Here in Texas, our pipes freeze. And our garages, my garage is not heated. And the water pipe in there has frozen before. And if I don't keep it warm in there, I ain't gonna have no water. I'm always worried about that happening. It's happened to me several times. There's nothing worse than not having water. Trust me. There's a lot of things you can't do. Even if you put away water, it's not the same, because then you have to ration it. And then I have to think, okay, I have to have this much water for my dogs. And back then I didn't have chickens. And now I have to worry about the chickens and the quail, and then me, cleaning myself up as well as drinking water. By the way, if you're running low on water, you just gonna have to skip hygiene a little bit, or do the minimum, because you need that water to drink. You can't live without water. Trust me, I know from experience. First time that my pipes froze in Texas, because it doesn't happen in New York. As a matter of fact, it hasn't happened anywhere except here. First time it happened here in Texas, I didn't have any water stored up. None. Not a drop. And I had to take a shower at work. Sure did. This thing is not buried right. You gotta get all your roots buried, right? I didn't do that, so I'm gonna have to dump this out and do it again. I had to take a shower at work. Luckily, you know, I could do that. I had that convenience. I had that capability, but shoot. Or at the gym. I mean, some people take showers at the gym. A lot of people live in their vans. And, you know, a lot of homeless people have gym membership, and that's how they keep themselves clean. And, you know, some people are homeless, actually have jobs. The working poor is what they call it. It's so sad. They use somebody else's address to get the job. But they're living in their cars, and they go to the gym and shower. Gym membership is what, $20, $30? That's less than a water bill right now. Water bill run you about $70, $80. So here's number 4. I'm on my last one. So I always think about if I have enough water stored up, which I don't. I only have enough for us to drink for a while. Not a good while in my mind. I wanted to get a tote, but they have, you know, there are restrictions on you saving water in Texas. The Lower Colorado Authority owns water that falls from the sky. They get you for that. They don't want you to store your own water. A plumber told me that. I don't know how true it is. I haven't read it, but that's what I was told by a plumber. They catch you with, you know, storing water and capturing water. They can try to, you know, come after you. But then your pipe freezes and you ain't got no water backed up. So which, you know, pick the lesser of two evils. Either you're going to be scrounging around for water, running to Walmart and the supermarket and Costco and Sam's and Tractor everywhere trying to find water, or you're going to save some water that falls from the sky. I'm not saying that you can drink that water that falls from the sky unless you filter it, but you can certainly feed it to your animals. Give it to your dogs, your cats, your birds. They can drink that stuff. They don't have the same issues we have. They're more primitive than we are. I think their system is actually better than ours. Ours has become more sensitive than theirs. Plus, if they're sick, they don't, you know, you don't really know sometimes until they're really sick. So I have planted persimmons. Now, on top of water, you know they were scrounging around for food, right? There's no food in there. There's no eggs. There's no cheese. There's no milk. There's no egg, no cheese, no milk, no bread. I don't even go in there when I know there's a storm coming because it don't make no sense. It's like the thunder. What is it? What is the one where they were all fighting over stuff? The Thunder Zone. Live and let die. Live and let die. Whatever. They fight. They're not fighting, but they're basically snatching up everything like little gremlins. People will be people. And this was happening pre-pandemic. This happened before the pandemic. I go to the store. Storm is coming in. I think I'm going to go and get a little bit of groceries because I was unaware that would happen. Go in there, there ain't nothing there. Nothing. Shells are bare. All the beans are gone. All the rice is gone. The shells are, I'm serious. The shells are freaking bare. And it's happening every year. People go into panic mode and they buy everything. They think that, you know, this is going to be the last time the store is going to be open. And then poor little store employees, they working their tail off trying to fill little shelves. And then they're putting stuff out and people are picking it up as they putting it out. And people are not just buying one of. They're buying like 10, 12 bags of spaghetti, 10 or 15 spaghetti sauce. Anything that'll cook quickly, that's going to be gone. Beans. I guess they soak their beans or something because beans take a long time to cook. I mean, beans are a staple food, but if you don't have any electricity, and we lose electricity a lot, how you gonna cook your beans? On the grill? In the cold? Better cook them beans up right now. Better cook up some of that food right now. So if the power goes out, cook it and can it. So if the power goes out, you'll have it. And if the power goes out, because the power doesn't just go out in the wintertime, but that's one of the times that we suffer the most is the wintertime, because a lot of Texans, man, we can't take cold. Our house, it's not, the infrastructure down here is not built for cold. It's not. And we have lost power in the summertime. Same thing happens. Everybody loses everything. They try to buy up all the canned goods. And I think, that's why I plant my own stuff. I think that the best way for self-preservation is to have a yard full of food. The plant will preserve itself. As long as you give it a little bit of water, you can take leaf, but you don't have to harvest the whole plant like I did today and yesterday because everything was going to freeze. Summertime, spring and fall, you just take a couple of leaves off and you cook that up and you keep on, progressively getting stuff. And then you don't have to deal with everybody at the grocery store scrounging around for food. Now, water is completely different. If you don't save some water, put some water back, and I did not have these thoughts in New York City. We always had water, and I remember the electricity just going out one time. In 17 years, one time the electricity went out in New York City. Here in Texas, every year. Every year, people lose electricity. That's just a fact of life. And you don't know if it's going to be you or not. Used to happen in this house all the time. I'd be working, because I was working from home. Electricity go out like for a couple of hours. And I just have to run on what battery I had in my computer, and then whatever little battery backup I had in order to keep things going, to keep working. Because my job didn't want to hear, the electricity went out. They were like, if your electricity is unstable, you need to come back to the office. And that was during the lockdown. I didn't want to go back in there. That place was empty anyway. Nobody was there. There's nothing but dust bunnies running around. So, American persimmon is planted. So I'm going to go and check to see if it needs chill hours, which I'm pretty sure it does. And I'll be right back. Well, it turns out persimmons do require chill hours, but it's less than 100 hours. I'm not going to put it out there tonight because it's not chilling. It's freezing out there tonight. I'm going to wait till the weather breaks. I think it's going to break on Wednesday. So let me go ahead and get these watered in, and then we'll close this thing out. All right, I'm back. So we're going to water these in. I got it on a tray so I won't make a mess. Oh, I still made a mess, huh? I went back to my Old Faithful soil. The other soil it dried out and it became hard as a brick. My plants that I put in there and the seedlings that I put in there are struggling. Sometimes you need to leave well enough alone. You find something that works, just go ahead and stick to it. Stop searching. Lesson learned. Learn from me, because my seedlings, they don't look good. Some of them, the ones that I use that soil on. I hope it doesn't affect my trees, because I am going to be ticked. Trees are not trees. I love trees almost more than I love plants in general, other plants. So I get upset because trees, I know it takes a long time for them to get where they are. And, I don't want them to pass away because of some soil that I use because I didn't stick to what I knew. Anyway, really hard on myself sometimes. I hope y'all are not the same. Give yourself a break, everybody makes mistakes, right? Even if it's not leaving well enough alone. So here are my American persimmons. They said they're astringent, which means that they're not going to get sweet until they fall off and they get all mushy and basically rotten. Before then, they say it's bitter. So or you're going to be puckering up. Don't eat American persimmon until they're ripe. And these did not cost me much. I think it cost me maybe $30 for 5 plants. So that's like $6 a sapling or a bare root. Not bad. And I bought it on Amazon. You can find it there too. About $30, a little bit over $30, I think. It wasn't much. So I just went ahead and get it. I didn't want 5, but that's what they sold them as. So I got 5. So this is Jamerica with Jamerica Life, and this is me planting American persimmon. Woohoo! Izu, boo, and American. I should have did American first, huh? Bye, y'all.